What's up, everybody? It's been too long, but I got a package today from Hallmark. Where is it? There it is. I am still working on the mode. It's just I gotta wait for another installation to come in because when I went to do my installation, I lost some of the footage because, you know, when you have a low battery on this fucking iPhone, it decides to close everything. But anyway, but I do have and by the way, it's gotten a lot better since earlier on. So hopefully it'll be a more thorough, because Stone Age Game already's got them up. I'll leave the link in the description. But right now, we're talking about ornaments. And I know it's unusual. Why would I talk about ornaments, right? Well, first of all, this is a sort of a potpourri, even though I'm mostly focused on video games, mods, things like that. But this is video game related. So, okay, I gotta put that over here. That's in case these are bad, which I hope they're not. But I'm a sucker for Hallmark ornaments. I buy them every year. Been doing that the past 5 years, I want to say. And I don't usually buy ornaments this early. But with the two I really, really wanted, they were out already. And I knew especially one of them would be hard to find. And in one, I have a complete set of. So I didn't want to miss out. But I'm still going to get obviously more. But the first one we're going to look at, let's put it over here, is this. And this is the Joust Keepsake. By the way, they changed the box up this year. They made it red now. But I have all of these, including the earlier ones. And because the first ornaments I got when I started collecting was the arcade machines, which was the Pac-Man, Galaxian. I think those are the only two available at the time. And they were going for a nice penny, so I wound up spending $70 on those two. So now every time that there's a new arcade machine out every year, I try to grab one. So this is Joust. This is the new one for the year. It is their 2020 Magic Light and Sound. Got your keepsake. I think this is the same guy that does the arcade machines in general. And as always, batteries are included with these, although when you stop using them for the year, it's always best to take the batteries out, put them in the box. I always have watch batteries on hand simply for these, because you can get these at any Hallmark store, and they come, by the way, they don't include them inside the arcade machine, which is why we got our handy dandy screw set. They put them in this sort of blister packaging, which is smart because you don't want battery acid leaking, God forbid. So it always comes in this wrapper, like wrapping paper. It protects the ornament, although I always fuck it up putting it back in the box. But what else is new? But this actually looks pretty good. Looks very good. I think there's more of an attention to detail this time around, to be honest with you. Let me see if I can put it down a little more so you can see it. But yeah, so there's a nice attention to detail here, more so than other years. So it seems like these get better and better. Now you're going to see a little blemishes like this. I think they're hand done, if I'm not mistaken. You see the marquee's a little off center on here, whereas this one's perfect, but it's still a cool ornament. When you're on a tree, you're really not going to see it. Always uses a Phillips head. Okay, so you press the 1 and 2 player plungers this time, because sometimes you'll be able to press the actual button you use. Of course, you got the like a pseudo 3D effect. I don't know if you could, camera's gonna make that out, but this is gonna light up when we start it. So we're gonna pop the screws in. We're gonna pop our screw, and we're gonna, now mind you, this requires a little bit of patience because the batteries go in like that, like three at one time. There's something on the earlier ones, there was, how do I explain it? On the earlier ones, there was a, how do I explain it? There was a spot for each battery, but this time now you got to stack them up, which kind of sucks because, and they go in this way. So they go, and this, also you might need a screwdriver for help with this. So you basically try to put these back here and then just plop the third one in. So it's almost like loading a Pez dispenser. So I got them in for right now. Thank God. That could have been a lot worse than you usually would have been. Just gonna screw it back. And should be ready to go. So we're gonna press the button. And as you can see, the marquee lights up and the screen lights up. And you can hear the sound out of the back. Got a nice bass to it too. So imagine having this hanging from the tree. And by the way, I don't know if you noticed, but there's flicker. And that's purely intentional because it's meant to show the flicker of the screen. That's really, really cool. I'm gonna put that to the side for now so I can put that back proper. But the biggest thing that I want to pick up this year, and I can't believe they actually made this. I'm just so excited because I'm a huge fan of the NES, especially the Famicom. You know, the Twin Famicom. That's why I have the name of the channel, Twin Famicom. So I've always been a fan of the NES, the Famicom disk system. And this year, obviously, is the 35th anniversary of the NES in America, as well as Super Mario Brothers. And of course, my paper's rolling around here because there's a nice breeze today. So we have the NES console. Yes, this is an actual ornament that they made. So we're going to open that up. And of course, this still uses batteries. And by the way, they have indents on the box, so when you put them back in the box, you know which way they're supposed to go. So immediately, right off the bat, we have 2 watch batteries. And I'm going to try to open them up real quick. Usually it's easy for these because I think they use flimsy cardboard on purpose. It's this way we can get them out. Come on. Come on. There we go. So we're going to put that to the side. This is the thing I really want to show y'all. And here it is. Not much wrapping paper, but who cares? The NES. I forget sometimes which way the camera is. But look at this. Look at this friggin' thing. So you have... By the way, the hook's right here, so I guess it, hooks from the tree. I hope it hooks in the tree like this. By the way, hooks don't come with these. That's the most important thing. But Hallmark does sell hooks for like $2. It's like these gold hooks. They're used for their keepsakes. They're very strong. I always try to have a couple on hand. But the wires are actual wires. So you can hear it. They're not just like, like ceramic wires or something. They're real. You got the 2 controllers on top. Very good detail on these. Like, I'm impressed. I mean, look at that. That's what I love about Keepsake Ornaments. The level of detail that these have. And you got your, by the way, you press this button, the power button, when you're gonna do the voice. We'll do that in a second. You got your controllers, and I'm just doing it lightly so I don't break it. They're stuck in there, so you don't have to worry about them coming out. And again, attention to detail. The AV jacks on the side, the power, the RF, the channel select, and the RF on the back. And then on the bottom, you even got the little lines. And the copyright is on the expansion port. Of course, that's where your screws go in, so we're going to take care of that now. And again, this requires a lot of patience. Thank God I actually have decent fingernails right now. And this stacks up from the bottom. Well, that went up really well too. So we're gonna put that there. And by the way, another additional touch, the bay actually opens. That's cool. See, you see in here is a copy of Super Mario Brothers, which is amazing. And you know, just for posterity, you know, can't take the game out, but at least you can blow in it. Flick it down, press the power. This is so cool. And that's the sound. See, all of y'all thought it was cool when they made Lego versions of these. But to me, this is coolness. That now you can have an actual NES console hanging from your tree. Now, since obviously Hallmark has the deal with Nintendo, because we've seen Mario in the past. Last year they made a Zelda. I think it was last year or the year before they made a Zelda. The one on the rock with the theme song. They made Mario and Luigi ornaments. I think there's a Pokeball this year I got to get. They obviously made a Donkey Kong arcade cabinet as part of that line that I showed you. But this is really cool. I'm hoping that they make more of these. Like, I'm hoping maybe next year or the year after we get, like, actually next year would be the 30th anniversary of the Super Nintendo. So yeah, I would love for them to make a Super Nintendo one of these. And then also next year would be the 25th anniversary of the 64. So we're going to have a 64 ornament. Also the 20th anniversary of the GameCube. So can you imagine if Nintendo starts making these in ornament form? That would be awesome. So for right now, for 2020, these are the ornaments I have currently. There's hopefully more to come if the PS5 doesn't completely drain my bank account. But yeah, I wanted to show you this because I don't know if I'm sure there's people that are going to show these off, but they're more hardcore collectors and people that follow their channels probably collect the ornaments like I do. But since these are video game related, I want to show you video game fans, because a lot of you were, celebrate Christmas. A lot of you maybe have a Christmas tree, not knowing these exist. But you definitely need, especially this one, you need to have that. With this, I literally have the entire collection, so I have to get these every year, even if they suck. The NES one is $20 in the US, $25 in Canada, and the Joust is $22.99 and $28.99 respectively in US and Canada. So there you go. There's the arcade for the year, and there's your NES console. And by the way, they made a Zelda cartridge. Problem is, it's all screwed up because, as any NES fan would know, there's a little label that folds over and shows us what game it is. But when Hallmark printed it, they put that on the bottom. So I contacted them, and they're like, "Yeah, that's the final product." And I'm hoping they fix it before too long. Maybe, but it's still a couple months till December. But who knows? But I still can't get over the fact that I can open and close this. And also, it obviously stays open. So if you really want on the tree, you could just have this open and showing. But not me. I'll just have it like that. So I can imagine all these arcade stuff and these kind of things. My tree is very interactive. Um, and also, by the way, for those of you who always wanted to get a Christmas tree and couldn't, or don't know where to start, because we do have some younger folks that maybe are going on their own, maybe this year, maybe next year, whatever. My biggest advice, obviously, get a fake tree. A lot of times around Black Friday and stuff like that, you can get it for cheap, like maybe $70, $80, and they have the lights built in. I have one with the lights where it has a couple different presets. You can have the white light, white blinking light, colored lights, and the colored blinking lights. I mean, it's a little bit of a pain in the butt to set up sometimes, but it's better than having to clean up your pine needles every year. Get obviously the ornament. I always try to get the Hallmark keepsakes because, they hold their value, number one. Number two, they are so incredibly cool, especially now that they're really, really delving into pop culture and us 80s kids, 80s and 90s kids. But try to get a few of those. Get a set of, like, I want to say glass ornaments, the ones that are like, like red and silver and sparkly and things like that. And and this is what I've been doing over 5 years since I started really collecting these and having a tree of our own. I would just start collecting these ornaments, like buying ones you want every year if you can. And every year you'll notice the more you have of these, the less of the other ornaments you have to put. Now, say like maybe your third or fourth year, don't put up all of those glass ornaments, just some. Because the idea is to the point where all the ornaments you've collected, replace those glass ornaments, so this way you have a tree that is completely you. Okay? Now, I've also seen this say if you're Jewish or you celebrate both Christmas and Hanukkah, like if you're an interfaith family, you could still have a Christmas tree and call it a holiday tree. I've seen some of my friends do that, in New York and things like that, New York, Cali, things like that. But that's also a good idea. So if you don't just because it's Christmas, you don't have to treat it as Christmas. You can literally just make a holiday tree. Because these are just too cool to pass up, This is something you definitely want around, even if only for a couple months, or hell, they make smaller trees. You could just have them all year round. There's so many things you can do. So for now, I wanted to show you these ornaments. Hopefully I'll be back with some more videos. I've had to take a break. Things got really hectic and I let trolls get to me, and lesson learned. But anyway, hoping I do have my pre-order in for the PS5. I'll be talking about that soon, as well as sharing I'm still not sure if I'm going to do it or not, a very personal video that I feel needs to be shared. Because I'm not ready. A bad anniversary for me is coming up, but I'm still not sure if I'm going to talk about it or not. I still haven't made up my mind about that. Especially so close to the holidays. And I definitely am going to tape the PS5 launch, because I have it pre-ordered at my local GameStop. But I'm just hoping stores don't close before the launch. Even if I don't care if it's a midnight launch or if I just gotta go pick up the next morning. I just want PS4. I mean PS5, excuse me. I just want to be able to go pick it up and just enjoy it. So I'll be taping that as well. So I'm basically going to be making videos. I haven't forgotten. I just had to take a break. And also, especially off social media, because it's not good for someone who has depression and anxiety and things like that, especially now. So I don't mean to end the video on a downer, but I just want to explain where I've been, and also try, give you maybe like a preview of things to come. So I appreciate the people did take time to reach out to me. That was greatly appreciated. And I hope y'all are safe. I hope y'all are doing well. Hope y'all hanging in there. So until next time, peace.